back to Kruz'n with the kids. I'm David.
And I'm Aaron, and this is Blake. He is our 7-year-old mutt. He is a third pig, a third cow, and a third terrier. He rescued us back in, 2018?
Right.
And he started, when we rescued him, we were in Frankie, and he immediately joined Frankenstein.
That's what we named our first truck, because it went to multiple shops to be put together, put all the different parts on, so we named it Frankenstein.
Yep, so he started out on the road with us from the get-go when we first rescued him, and so he's used to life on the road. But yes, welcome to our channel.
And we wanted to give you a little bit of our history of how we got started. First of all, we had 6 FedEx ground routes. We did 6 FedEx ground routes for about 10 years.
In Jacksonville, Florida.
We sold those in 2015 and started to build our first expediting truck, which was Frankenstein. And then February of 2016, we actually got started in the expediting life when the truck was ready and completed.
Yeah, these trucks generally take at least a year to build, because they do have to go to so many vendors to get every part. It's not built just in one place. It goes to at least 4 or 5 places?
Oh yeah, 4, 5, 6 places. It's back and forth.
So it's a process. So we sold the routes in the summer of 2015, but Frankie was supposed to be ready by October of that year, but he wasn't ready until February, so we rented our house out and moved into a travel trailer that time to get used to the living on the road and the small living quarters, and we really enjoyed it.
And when we were in the travel trailer for those 8 months, we enjoyed it so much I didn't want to leave the travel trailer. I was like, I just want to stay here and live in the travel trailer and travel around, but we were able to do that. We were able to travel in the expediting life, so it made up for that.
Yeah, it just didn't have as much room, but
right.
It was,
and that's one reason that now that we lived in the truck for 5 years and we have stopped driving now and we just manage the fleet. It's one reason we're living full-time in an RV again, because we like it so much.
We tried apartment living. We lived in an apartment for about 1.5 years, and I about lost my mind because I missed the road so much.
Right.
And I talked him in. He really loved the apartment because it was close to gyms and stuff like that, but he was missing the road too, not as much as me. But I talked him back into stepping back into the fifth wheel life / travel trailer life, and we really do like it. It's good to be back on the road again.
Right. So when we were doing expedited shipping, we actually lived in our truck for about 5 years.
Well, the first 2 years we still had our house. So we went home a couple of times. Then we sold our house and we lived full-time in Frankie for 3 years, officially.
Yeah, because even when we went home, we only went home for maybe a week at a time. And we were on the road for 3, 4, 5 months at a time. So
basically
there was no reason to have a house. We sold the house and just live full-time in the
And
truck.
that's one thing about expediting, and it's not really a job, it's not really a profession, it's really a lifestyle, is what expediting is.
Right, and it's definitely not for everyone. If you're a couple, a married couple, or just a dating couple, whatever, and you're thinking about getting into expediting, you got to think about you're going to be with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And she can be annoying. So.
What? You're married to perfection. What are you talking about?
I could probably be a little annoying myself. In fact, I was so annoying sometimes I would have to take the dog with me when I got out of the truck, so I knew she wouldn't take off with the truck and leave me.
Yeah, there's no way I was leaving Blake.
She's not going to leave the dog. She will leave me.
There was a few occasions, yes.
Right.
Yes, you will get on each other's nerves. I don't care how much you love one another. how much you enjoy being around each other. You will get on each other's nerves occasionally. And that's why a lot of times when we would stop, he would turn the back of Frankie into a gym.
Right. We could both have a little bit of alone time. I would turn the cargo box into a somewhat makeshift gym, go back there and work out, leave her in the sleeper to play her video games, to read her books.
Just some peace and quiet, some alone. But what, he would be in the back of the truck, and I would take Blake for a walk, and there was a couple of times I would walk by the truck, and the truck would be rocking, and he would be grunting, and all I could think was, oh my word, can you imagine what the people are thinking in this truck stop? You know the saying, if the trucks are rocking, don't come a knocking.
Yeah, I was getting a workout, but it wasn't a fun workout like they probably thought I was getting.
And there was a couple of, our truck actually had a refrigerated unit that would heat it and cool it, and depending on what time of year it was or where we were in the country, he would turn that on, especially when it was really, really, really cold outside. He would turn it on and heat it up back there for a bit before he'd go work out.
Right.
So it was a nice thing to have.
Yeah. So you give up a lot of stuff when you get on the road. You give up being able to go to a gym. You give up having a washer and dryer right there.
Yes.
So you always have to do your laundry in the truck stops.
Or laundromats.
Or a laundromat. A lot of times you give up a bathroom. You don't have a bathroom or a shower in the truck with you. We didn't have a bathroom or a shower in our truck. A lot of our trucks now do have the bathrooms, the toilets, and the showers, which is really convenient for the couples that are in them. And
yes, nice.
And in them for months at a
He's
time.
probably lucky we didn't have a bathroom in ours, because I don't know if you could have ever gotten me off the road.
Right.
I don't think you could have. You would have been stuck like Chuck in a truck with me.
The only reason we did come off the road is because our fleet, we grew a small fleet, and it got big enough that we really couldn't manage the fleet and drive full time at the same time, because you're out there, you think, oh yeah, you're both up, you're both awake and just driving and having a good time and seeing the country, but a lot of it was she's sleeping, I'm driving, or I'm sleeping, she's driving. It's most of the time that's what it is. One of you are driving, one of you is sleeping, and so you can't be taking phone calls and emails and getting text messages all hours of the day. And of course that happens when you're running a fleet. And one of our main goals as fleet owners is we want to be available for our drivers. We want to be able to provide the support they need, and for them to know that if something happens, we're only a phone call away. And that was very difficult to do while we were on the road and maintaining good sleep. And it could be a dangerous situation if you're not getting the sleep. And it's already hard enough to sleep on the road, as that was your least favorite, one of your least favorite parts, wasn't it? Oh, I hate it trying to sleep on the. I can't sleep good anyways, but trying to sleep on the road while you're bouncing down the road is. I never slept good. I never got good sleep, so it made it that life a lot harder.
Yes, we invested in a good mattress and a good sleep top, a mattress topper, which helped. Especially it kept the jiggly bits from jiggling so much while you're bouncing. But even still, some of these roads were so bad, there's nothing that you could do to make it better, really.
Right. That was one of the things I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that you were sleeping or driving, or sleeping and driving, and you didn't get much exercise except for maybe on the weekends. I could go in the back and work out. It's a lot of sitting, a lot of laying, sitting, laying, and it just gets old. It's hard on your body. At the same time, we got to go into, at least go through or stop in the lower 48 states.
Yeah.
The only states we didn't go into were, of course, Alaska and Hawaii.
Yeah. Frankie didn't have pontoons, so we couldn't go to Hawaii, and we don't have our passports. That's on our to-do list. So we have had teams go to Alaska and go to Canada, but we never did because we didn't have our passports.
We were able to stop frequently, though, and maybe have a 3-day weekend or even just a 2-day weekend, but we would stop somewhere. We would hook up in a campground. We would go hiking or exploring or shopping or try out different restaurants and stuff in the area around where we were. In fact, one time we got to stay at a KOA up in Grand Island, New York.
That was awesome.
And then we took a bus to the Niagara Falls. That was a great day. So we got to spend the day at Niagara Falls, come back, have a campfire, spend the time at the campground. So little things like that, little getaways like that helped a lot.
Of course, one thing that really helped with the views while you were driving. Oh my gosh, just to get paid to see America, the sunrises and the sunsets, it was just unreal. Sometimes I felt like I was driving through a National Geographic magazine. My eyeballs would hurt because I didn't want to blink. I wanted to hold my eyes open. I didn't want to miss a single thing. It was just such an amazing experience.
And out of all the jobs that I've had, the expediting life was the best one.
Amen.
Because you don't have someone over your shoulder looking down on you and
micromanaging you.
Yeah, you have a little bit more freedom. You're not sitting in an office all day
staring at a freaking computer. Ugh.
You do have to sit all day, but you've got an awesome view outside a lot of times.
I mean, traffic was annoying, but it is a different mindset when you're getting paid to drive through the traffic versus driving through traffic to get to work and then driving home through traffic, driving through traffic to get back home. I'm sorry. It is a little bit of a different mindset when you're getting paid to do it, but sometimes it still was pretty annoying and sometimes downright scary, depending on the situation.
But Monday wasn't a dreadful day.
No.
Like it is in most 9-to-5 jobs. You're like, oh, it's Monday again. I hate Mondays. Monday was just another day. All you had to do was get up and drive.
Yep.
Go to your pickup or your delivery, and much better than a 9-to-5 job.
And another thing about expediting too is, unlike a lot of dedicated routes, some days we didn't know what we were picking up. Now there were some customers that we picked up repeatedly, so we knew what we were getting, but some days we didn't know what we were picking up, and so it was really cool. We got to pick up parts for the space program. What else did we get? We
picked
all
up
kinds
some
of stuff.
We've picked up some weird stuff, some silly stuff.
Yes, a belt. We got to pick up a little belt.
A belt for a machine.
For a machine. Yep.
Yeah, we picked up this old beat up piece of wood and these rusty sawhorses
in Atlanta, Georgia,
that people put together and made it a table, and these people up in Truckee, California decided they had to have this
for their multi-million-dollar log cabin.
So we delivered that
from Atlanta,
Georgia to Truckee,
all
California.
the way to Truckee, California. And it was the ugliest piece of furniture I have ever seen in my life.
I mean, I could have gave them an old beat-up piece of wood and some rusty sawhorses for a quarter of the price, but hey, they had to have it. So
yeah, to each their own. Hey, that was our first trip to California, and oh my God, Northern California is unbelievably beautiful.
Some of our favorite places: Northern California, Washington, Oregon. All the Northwest there is so beautiful.
So gorgeous. So what we've done is, after, stay tuned, we get done running our mouths, we did a short tour of one of our sea units that is almost identical to Frankie, to give you an idea of what we've lived in for 5 years, which was about 80-something square feet.
Right, it's the same floor plan, same size bed, same size everything.
Yep.
Just different colors.
Yep.
Inside.
And no cooktop. Ours had the cooktop.
Right, no cooktop.
Yep. So.
And then later on, we're going to have a lot more videos, of course, on expediting life and also on the full-time RV life. This is going to be our third truck tour that we've done, or
Second.
This is our second truck tour.
Yes.
Pretty soon we're gonna give you a tour of the RV that we live in.
Our fifth wheel.
Full time, and also show you the truck that we pull the fifth wheel with. Tell you the story behind that, why we got that truck, and
the importance
why we had to move up to that truck.
Importance of doing your research and making sure you get the right truck for your trailer. Wow, that was an interesting journey.
So, because our channel is all about the expediting life in full-time living in an RV, so we just wanted to let you know that we do have those videos coming up,
and we hope you watch them, and we hope you subscribe.
Like and subscribe,
yes,
please.
Definitely.
We really would like to grow this channel, and
especially if you want to see more of Blake. Huh, buddy? Yuka boy?
And in the future, if we have openings, one of our trucks is open, and we need a team for it, then we'll make this a way for you to apply, put in your application, and we'll see about putting you in a truck if you're interested.
And if you have questions about expediting or RVing, just don't hesitate to leave a comment, and we will try to get an answer for you.
So stay tuned.
This is one of our two 2019 Freightliner Cascadias with a 96-inch AA sleeper. This sleeper is almost exactly identical to what David and I drove for 5 years, and 3 of those years we lived in it full time. So basically we were around each other 24/7 in a little over 80 square feet. So if we didn't love each other, there could have been some problems. But I'm sitting here at the dinette. We very rarely ever use this in our truck. Number one, it's very uncomfortable. And number two, we used all of this down here for storage. But I know a lot of teams really do enjoy having this dinette option because it can be nice to do work or eat at or whatever. But our bed almost always stayed down. We actually ended up taking off this table off of ours so that we could fit even more. But just a word to the wise, if you ever do store underneath your sleeper, you got to make sure you don't block your vents. So we kept our stuff in baskets, and the baskets closed together so that there would be airflow underneath the bed. So here we have it with the bed down, and obviously the dinette tucked up underneath. This is how we almost always had our bed, because it just made it easier than having to put it up, down, and the extra storage. So this was our sofa. This was where we ate dinner. This is where we watched TV. And it had a handy seat belt to keep you from rolling out while you're bouncing down the road. I used it quite a bit. I don't think David used it much. Did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't really feel like it was going to do anything if we did get in an accident.
Yeah, it just kind of gave me a little bit of extra sense of security. So I would use it. Not all the time, but some of the times I would. And you can see we had plenty of cabinets for storage, but the one thing that life on the road teaches you pretty quickly is how little you really need to live and to be happy. And when we first started, I think every one of these cabinets was slam full, but by about 6 months to a year in, I got rid of so much stuff because we wouldn't use it and we didn't need it, and it was just a hassle to dig through when we were getting stuff in and out of the cabinet. So you learn pretty quickly what you need and what you don't need on the road. But and it was nice, you know, all of them have locking mechanisms on them to keep them from coming open when you're bouncing down the road, which is a huge thing, a huge help, because you don't want that pouring on your head while you're trying to sleep. And over here we have our sink, and which came in. We used to actually take like stand-up baths with a spray bottle and body wipes and stuff, because sometimes it's hard to get into a shower. A lot of times we didn't get to shower every single day. We got to shower every other day. Sometimes we went 3 or 4 days and got a little funky. Then down here, this is where we stored our infamous Lugaloo in our old truck. That was our 5-gallon bucket with a toilet seat. That is what we used to go to the bathroom. So when I say that when you're up in each other's business, you are up in each other's business when you live in less than 80 square feet. Made things pretty interesting in times, especially the couple of times we got sick on the road. Whew. So here we have our refrigerator freezer combo. Not a whole lot of room, but you would be amazed at what you can fit in there if you're good at playing Tetris, as David said on one of our other video tours. TV, which we rarely used our TV. We always watch stuff on our tablet. I think we might have turned our TV on, what, 3-4 times in 5 years?
Yeah, we always watch TV on our tablets. The only time I would use the TV is if I was going to play some video games or something like that.
Yep. This one doesn't have an induction cooktop. Ours did. Not that we ever used it because I was too lazy to cook on the road. If I did cook, it was usually with an Instapot or the microwave. And we used the microwave all the time. That thing was a lifesaver. And then we had a wardrobe. Here, this is where we kept all of our uniforms and stuff. And then with him, he would have a drawer, I had a drawer. And then we would use cubbies for our clothes. So you had to get real creative with storage solutions in here. And I guess really that's about it, unless you have anything you want to add.
If you want to see our actual original truck that we did live in for almost 5 years, you can go to YouTube channel Truck and Travel and view that truck. Derek and Cinnamon from Truck and Travel did an actual tour of that truck, the original truck that we were in.
Frankie, also known as Frankenstein.
We sold that truck to Derek and Cinnamon, and now they're doing their own thing in that truck.
Yep. So Frankie is still on the road. There's days I really, really miss being on the road. That's for sure. Was an interesting journey. One that's not for everybody, but it is definitely a unique way to see America, haul some interesting loads, and I would do it again tomorrow if I could.